Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi all.
I was asked to moderate the meeting today since Kendall might be late and might not make it to the meeting. Let's wait for some more minutes so that everyone has the time to join.
Max, you will be taking the agenda from the wiki and starting from there, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Great.
We're still waiting for some to join so that they are Amar is still not here in the room as far as I can see. By the way, congratulations to the release. I missed it since I was on PTO the last 2 weeks.
Thanks, Max. Thanks to TNG team. Thanks, everyone. Yep. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Do we know if Amar is joining today?
So we can continue with second agenda. If Amar comes, then yeah, we can pick his item.
I would also mention that it's the university update might be interesting for Amar. Maybe you start with item number 3, release updates. Is that still relevant? Should we keep it on the agenda, and what's new? Govin and Daljeet, do you have something for us?
I don't have anything, so I think Shubham had an item to backport. Shubham, is that done?
I would like to check the PR because it was blocked. I think Max is the owner, so he can maybe have to like force merge the PR because some tests were failing, and I tagged him and tagged. I think you also approved it, but yeah, one test was failing, so I'll look into it. Then I'll update.
I don't see myself as the owner of the branch, but I have the permissions to merge. I would say go with indulge. She should say
So
if they want to have the branch
they
merged.
they both have already approved the PR.
Okay, I will have a look.
Yeah, sure.
I think last week there was discussion about issues with upgrades from and some uncertainty about if the upgrade path is clear and tested. Is there any progress? Or is there any update?
Yeah, so I think there were a few upgrade related issues with subscriber DB. At least one we were able to nail down with Sebastian's help. So the customer was upgrading from 1.6 to 1.8. There was some behavior change in 1.7 of subscriber DB, because of which the behavior got changed. So that we have fixed. At least we found with the help of Sebastian, we found the root cause and the fix. Others we are still analyzing. I'll update it here in the sheet so that it will be a good reference.
Do we have GitHub issues for these issues, and do we have maybe a label for them so that we can see 1.8 regressions and issues?
Sure. Yeah. So the tickets are already there. Yeah, I'll put. Should we create any new label?
I don't know. I would like to have an overview, and that could be a label. That could be a ticket. Collecting other tickets. I just think overview would be great. Sure.
Yeah, I'll try to put it here. The list of PRs which we are working on.
And last time, scale testing with AWS was discussed with some script. Was there progress? I think Joey said he would invest time into that, but I don't see him on the call. Okay. Then I would cycle through and come back to the first things in the end. DevOps, Tim, Shubham.
No recent updates. We were just busy with testing, which was mostly okay. And there is this ARM event coming up, so we were just preparing for that. And that's it.
Do you know which ARM hardware is used on that event, or?
So we are just showing like, yeah, Govind can update.
Yeah, so we have a couple of sessions planned in ARM Dev Summit. One is about the work about an ARM enablement in Magma project. So myself, Mark, and Shubham and Tim, all four of us are going to present it. It's a 25-minute session. So we are not going to show any demos. So we are trying to speak about our accomplishment and how we bought ARM in parity with x86. And after 1.8, Magma will be platform neutral. And what are the efforts needed, like enabling orchestrator and federation gateway components also on ARM, and run all the Magma components in single ARM-based device. So those are some of the future goals where we want the community to take it forward. So those kind of topics will be discussed in that session. And there is one more session from Connect 5G. Jordan is here. Do you want to give an update, Jordan? Jordan, you're on mute.
Yeah, I was trying to find the button with how to unmute it. So yes, I mean, we are preparing to show the, and the initial plan was to have the hands-on workshop to show how we install and how we prepare Magma on ARM devices. And now we are going to showcase this remotely. And we will do it with solid run devices.
that feels like outreach topic. Any other
Yeah.
outreach stuff before we come to the dedicated item on the agenda for that? There's a separate after the
Yeah, just to add,
item.
yeah, just to add in the point. So Rafael has just suggested some of the projects which OEI is working on with Magma. So we can include that in our slides, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'll share those with you.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks, Rafael.
Okay. Well, then back to agenda. Testing is next.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, let me share my screen. A very brief update on the testing. So we are still working on 3-item 4G federation. For that, we are working for to add a PCF and OSAT related scenario. We are working on that, but still have some issue, and we need some help. And we already discussed in detail about that in our meeting, and we bring our community to unblock this to move ahead. For the 5G SI tester, we are still in the very early phase of the project, so we are setting the GitHub repo, GitHub action, and CI for that, and prepare the environment. And soon we will share with you the working architecture document and the implementation detail of this project. For the CI maintenance, for the LTE fakeness issue, we continue to track, and then we see now that is some issue already have been resolved thanks to Ankit from Rarisis and also Neil from TNG. But still there are some open issue, and then the community member can free to take the issue and work on that. So you can find the link. Sorry. Let me go back. You can find the link here in the Magma wiki, in the OEI, and then in the October 3rd. You can see all the link for that. So that's all from my side. So any comment?
So any progress on ARM enablement in?
Actually, Frank from our team is working on that, and he testing now run S1 AP tester as a process, and then we can test, if I remember correctly, 100 test case. So he will actually working with you, Robin, and to continue to work to solve that issue.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Jordan is here, so he's from Connect 5G. So he can also help you in this enablement. If you need any help, you can reach out to Jordan as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So with that, I will stop sharing.
But if there are no other points, and then next would be outreach. Anything else, or are we done with outreach already?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes. Okay. Security, Lucas.
Hello. I will be brief today. I followed up on our work on CloudStrapper documentation by reaching out to Arun and haven't yet been successful. I could use a hand from somebody to help wake up that conversation. I pinged him on Slack and emailed, and I probably have the wrong contact info. And feel free to reach out offline. Next, we have a roadmap item to document secure deployment. I am most of the way through the access gateway pages, and I will be reaching out on Slack to get a tour through the code to ingest IMSIs. I'm looking for any potential insecurity that could be introduced by IMSI data, and in particular the IMSI the APN override feature. We have roadmap items related to pinning hashes and generally improving the workflows. I tested out the Renovate plugin last week, which automatically updates packages and GitHub Actions, and I found that it is not reliable enough. So it's good to knock that down and find out about that, but I won't be trying to integrate that. That is it for me. Thank you for this time.
Lucas, just a question. So in the past, we discussed about supporting AMI image, and because of the security concern, we dropped that idea. Are we planning to revive that?
I would open that up for the TSC. I think that the consensus was generally against CloudStrapper because it introduces something else to maintain and new vectors for attacks. But I think that the AMI image has probably been enabled and delivered.
Okay. Is it something that can be hosted in AWS Cloud for AGW component? Or currently we can't host it because of the security concerns?
Let me take that offline. Shivam rebuilt the AMIs that we make available in AWS Marketplace, but I don't know if those have been delivered as part of the 1.8 release. Shivam, could you give us a status report?
Yeah, so there is a PR for that fix, which has not been merged because review was pending. So, but yeah, at the part of 1.8, we did not release it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about the availability, Lucas. So even in the future, right? So that is one major component missing on ARM. So if there is a CI pipeline already exists to generate AMI image on x86, so we definitely want that pipeline to be enabled for ARM as well. So so if we are planning to fix this security issue, so you have to actually keep an eye on ARM platform as well. So I just want to bring that point out here. Whenever you start working on it, it has to work on ARM instance in AWS as well.
I will start. I'll open an issue to deliver or not a ARM version, and will I don't know, help Shivam with the deployment of the AMI to AWS Marketplace.
Yeah.
I think DevOps team and TSC should also think about what do they want to support, because in terms of building an AMI image and the compliance around it, Max, maybe you would have a better sense here. Should MCF be should MCF be hosting AMI images?
Depends on whether it's required and what the need is. And I would be interested if someone actually has the need of this AMI image and who would use it. And once you have understood that, we can think about which effort to put into that. At least I don't understand the need and the impact right now. And for me, it feels like it wasn't very used previously. So maybe it's not worth reviving it and investing work until someone comes up with a use case or a user.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to add, but because there are no users or takers, we have kept it at low priority, right? So, but in the past, we seriously considered this option of enabling AMI. Because there are no users, we are keeping it at low priority for now, right?
So after we disabled it, we did get some mentions in Slack, and that showed that there was at least some usage. The user that I remember said that he would fall back to CloudStrapper, and obviously that was also disabled. I wonder about the policy choice of delivering builds and not only source code, because I think it goes to the mission of Magma.
Okay.
But from a security perspective, less is more.
Agreed.
But what is our next step on that?
On
Yeah,
AMIs?
Yeah,
If it's a decision made to support on x86, my point is please consider ARM as well. So if we are not planning to support it, I'm okay with it. So yeah, it has to be platform neutral there as well.
yeah, right.
Yeah, and if it should be supported again, I think it would be worth to have a TSC proposal for that, discuss pros and cons, and maybe discuss who would use it and who would depend on that.
Okay.
Who would own that proposal?
Potentially someone that needs AMIs or that wants to have that use case. So
And then-
naturally, a user could come up with that.
So it sounds like the direction is to leave the AMI and CloudStrapper disabled until a user makes himself known who creates a proposal to re-enable those. And then if accepted, we will update the procedure to cover ARM as well as x86.
Yeah,
Sounds
that sounds good. Okay, I think that was security.
Yes.
Next would be feature development. Anything that someone wants to bring up spontaneously? Any new big features that are now appearing after 1.8 release? No one speaks up. Then next is better engineering section, first with C++ migration. Rashmi, any updates
Yeah, sure.
on that?
Yeah, sure. Is my screen visible?
We can see it, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, with respect to the CPP conversions, for converting the files to CPP, last week we couldn't work on NAS. And with respect to converting the C structures to protobuf structure, there were some review comments on the PR for which we converted the inode big context to protobuf structure that is addressed and merged into the master. And next thing, like we resolved merge conflicts for the converting the S1AP state context to the protobuf structure. That is done as a part of converting the C structures to protobuf structure. And coming to the we are working on the issue 11192. That is like as part of this issue. In the existing code, there is a common state manager is there, and the individual tasks, MMA app, S1AP, and SP gateway. These tasks are derived from the common state manager and do some conversions. So, but as part of this issue, we'll be removing that dependency because right now we are all like having the instances of the protobuf structure itself. So we just started that activity in the S1AP task. That is almost like 15% completed. And as part of the other module conversions, Ankit is working on that one. He started with the 6A and and he's still working on that one. And partially we spent some time to do some stability testing with unit test cases. But yeah, it is just in the initial state. Yeah, that's all from us.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Next would be Basel effort. Niels, are you in the call? Oh, fun fact in Germany today is public holiday. So no one from TNG will be there except for me, and I'm just coming back from 2 weeks of vacation, so no updates on that. We will give update next week. After that, data path updates. Yugesh?
Yeah. So there is no specific feature or anything. There was just one PR which was not included in 1.8. So we have fixed it. So yeah, Max, maybe I'll reach out and we might have to do one OVS build upgrade.
Okay. Vivian, do you need to drop immediately? Are you already dropped? Sorry. Oh, damn, we missed. Sorry. Okay, sorry. The chat message by Vipin just brought me out of the concept.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a feature missed in.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that is fixed, and we might need to upgrade our OVS package. Maybe I'll reach out in the channel with all the details. Yeah, because we wanted to have all the OVS changes initially itself. Yeah, so whichever was missed, I fixed it, and I'll reach out to the channel to upgrade the OVS builds, review the PR, and upgrade the builds. Yeah.
Okay, the goal is to backport that to 1.8 or
no backport, meaning backporting to 1.8 will be challenging. I think we'll just go forward only. Like it will be available only in 1.9. Meaning there was only one guy who reported. He didn't ask anything much after that. So if he needs something, he can pick OVS from the latest master itself. But idea is not to backport as much as possible.
Yogesh, just one small comment. There is a PR which is allowing the Vport GTP to be compatible with older kernels which were still not merged. So can you look at it and merge it when you are doing the merge of the new feature? Because otherwise
Sure.
we cannot run we cannot run it on the older kernels. It will not compile.
Okay, Jordan. Maybe I'll just connect with you with the details. I think I have the PR, but in case if I need anything, I'll connect with you.
Yeah, sure. And we need to speak also offline because we just finished testing with live radio the speed of 5G SA. So we have some observations, some of them also related to the Open vSwitch as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
So we need to
So
speak.
we can, of course. I'll set up a meeting. We'll connect offline.
One item I need to bring up, if this is a good moment to return to security, is disabling the cloud strapper documentation in the deployment instructions, which would be in accord with the earlier consensus. Is there agreement on that?
if it's disabled, it should be marked as no longer working in the documentation. Yes, I would agree with that.
So we should go ahead.
Yeah, I can second that. Should we archive it or should we say like not recently maintained for recent versions?
It's a repository.
It's not a repository, but yeah, we can simply mention that like code is not maintained or in archive stage, something like that.
Yeah. I think that I think we shouldn't delete it since it might be something that is worth reviving.
So as part of the follow-ups, I will update that documentation to communicate that Cloud Strapper is no longer supported. Thank you.
And back to OVS. I think I would like to come back to a proposal that I created several months ago that OVS shouldn't be developed as a set of patches in Magma, but it should be its own repository, which is a fork of OVS.
Yes.
And I would, after 1.8, I would like to push that again. And so maybe it would be a good choice to start that soon and to do the new feature developments already in this new model, if everyone would agree.
Yeah, that seems to be fine, Max. I think we can go that way. Yeah, I think
If I can add to Max's proposal, OVS is abandoning the separate package for the viewports for the kernel. Actually, they're putting all this code as part of the kernel build itself. So my suggestion would be also to get the viewport GTP as part of the kernel itself. So in that case, we will not need to install anything specific on the machines before we install Magma. It will come as a part of the kernel. So Open vSwitch and the standard viewports are already coming as a standard features of the kernel, as a standard modules for the kernel. And if I remember correctly, they were merged in 5.10.
Sure, we can have a look at it. I think right now we are in 5.4, but yeah, maybe I can have a look and discuss it.
Yeah, I mean, also we need to update because I was able to work stably on 5.8 as well. So 5.8 kernel would be supported. The test which we were running from 5G, one of the devices is 5.8 kernel, and everything looks stable from that perspective.
Yeah, Jordan, but there are, okay, maybe I will need to look at the changes because some of the things we know it's not supported. So yeah, we have to do some study for that, Jordan. So maybe I can, once we finish the current set of activities, we can have a look at it, Jordan. Yeah.
That's good. Next item would be roadmap update. Joy is not here. I'm just coming back from PTO, so no updates there. And then circling back to the beginning of the agenda, Amar did not join, so no PTL updates. And sadly, we lost Vipin. I didn't know that he had a conflict and he needed to drop. Shubham, can you give some updates, or do you have some insights what related to the university updates?
So they were doing some research and they plan to contribute in the 5G SA area. And Vipin was about to share some slides. So maybe we can share the link and he can post his update on the channel. So I don't have full updates right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry that we missed that. We yeah, sorry. Wasn't aware of that conflict. And that was weekly check-ins. If no one has anything else, next would be Ideko with the Open Infra project gathering.
Yeah, so I wanted to check in about the project teams gathering event. As a reminder, the event is scheduled for October 17th till the 21st. It's an online event, and if my information is correct, then the Magma project signed up to participate. So I wanted to check in with the TSC group and people who are interested if the team has started to prepare for the event already, or if you have any questions about the event, or just kind of wanted to talk about if the project is still planning to participate, and if so, if you all need any help, or if there's a person to drive the preparation efforts.
I think the status that we would be happy to attend, but I think there were at least some that were motivated and willing to join. But as far as I'm aware, there's no one that took the responsibilities for organizing and preparing. And for example, I wouldn't have an idea what to prepare and how to prepare. So it's still something that needs an owner. And yeah.
Sorry, I didn't capture your last sentence.
It's something that still would benefit from an owner, from someone that is responsible to prepare the stuff, to look after that. And we are lacking that right now. Maybe you could do that if you have experience and if you know what is required and what it would be good to prepare and how the event will look like.
Maybe I can give you a little bit of an overview now about what the event is all about, and then we can figure out who would be the best person to do it. I mean, I'm happy to help, but I think, like, in my experience, someone from the who's more integrated into the technical community would be the best person to drive it, because, well, the event itself is practically focusing on a set of working sessions, and with that, kind of providing space and time for communities to book time slots and talk about any kind of topic that is in interest and priority for the community, like anything for the ongoing release, roadmap planning, prioritizing tasks, figuring out any bottleneck issues or anything with processes within the community that could be improved. So there are a variety of topics that the community could discuss, but in terms of what the community needs to discuss, that to decide that and drive that conversation, it's probably easier for someone who's more integrated into the the daily activities. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I'm happy to help the person to organize and cat herd people, but again, like, it's easier and faster if there's someone who already has some ideas in terms of, oh, this is a really burning issue, and the weekly, I don't know, 1 hour meeting is just not a great place to flesh out the details.
Not sure how to find someone to push that. Do we have someone around that wants to take that task, to want to be the technical side of the preparation?
You can discuss on the channel, we can post, so wider community can also be aware and they can answer.
Sounds good. Then Iliko, can you take that forward and ask in that chat for the technical side of the preparation?
Which channel you think would be the most appropriate for this? The TSC one, the dev one, the general one?
I think the general one will be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will throw information into the general channel and probably a heads up into the TSC channel as well. If there's someone in the TSC who would have some bandwidth and feels like that with a little bit of help, they could handle the preparation process, then I think that could potentially be the most ideal. But I will throw in information. I can also create an Etherpad where we can brainstorm about topics and how much time the community would like to have. And I can also help with booking time slots. I mean, booking rooms, virtual rooms for the time slots that the community would desire. I hope that sounds helpful.
And I would say, instead of generally use dev channel, since you are searching for technical person, they are usually more aware of the or there's a dev channel, maybe a good filter.
Okay, sounds good. I will do that. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts about the event on the call? Just to make sure that I answer anything that might be a question or concern while we are talking.
Does not look like that.
Okay, I did throw in the event link to the meeting agenda page. So there's some information there, and I will add some more in Slack. Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the agenda. Is there anything that someone wants to bring up? Okay, then let's end the meeting here. Have a nice day and see you all
Thank
next
you.
week and in the meetings
Thank
in
you.
between.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.